Hello, everybody, and welcome. Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network, Cyber Thunder Racing League, Tuesday Night Thunder, presented by Down and Out Paint Shop. We are here at Nashville Super Speedway under the lights. Got a full field, looks like about 30, 32 trucks tonight. Race number 6 of the Tuesday Night Thunder series. And man, it should be a good one. This track is a lot of fun. We've got 90 laps tonight, guys, under the lights with these trucks. Again, it's like we've got 31 trucks that have taken a time, 32 in the server, so we'll see if all 32 of them take a start. Gotta tell you, no surprise. That truck right there, you can see it on your timing board. At the top of the charts, front row Kyle Nadeau. Trying to do it again. Trying to put these guys on notice. I think he's come out for that championship trophy this season. Now, guys, I want to get this out of the way early. Chris may have the broadcast up somewhere, so he's going to make fun of me. I could not figure out how to get the points up correctly in time. I had a bunch of the wrong names, not the right names, so I'm going to do it the old school way. Throw this up on the broadcast. I know it looks terrible, but I want to give you guys a shot at what the championship chase looks like here. So we've got Scott Clemens Baker. He's been dominant early this season. He's our points leader. See Gary Bowman there. I mean, he's only 7 points back. Andy Cork in third. Kyle in fourth. Cody Meadows, last year's champ, he's currently in fifth. Chris Wheeler in sixth. Crank Bell in seventh. Larry Brunner in eighth. Paul Turner in ninth. And Chris Dean in 10th. So just to throw those up there, I'm going to get those out of here. Just so you guys know where we're standing in points. We're 6 races in. Or this is the 6th race, actually. And this championship chase is starting to shape up here pretty good. See if we got our points leader. Let's see, who do we have on track right now? Oh, we don't want that. Let's get that out of here. Well, how about the top 4 on the chart? We've got Kyle. Jason Higginbotham. Don't put it in the wall like that, Jason. That's not what you're going to want to do tonight. Paul sitting 3rd on the chart right now. He's out on track. And a guy that just can't catch a break sometimes, William Kern. Seems like he's been fast every week. Just can't get the finish. Just got to have the luck sometimes. He's sitting in 4th on the chart. About 6 minutes left in practice. You'll see this track tonight. It can provide 2-wide racing. There's a lot of braking going into turns. It's a little loose out of 4, but it's not bad. Tire wears, I got to think it's pretty bad here. That's loud in my ear, so hopefully that's not loud in your ear. But I got to think tire wear's fairly bad here because it's concrete. And concrete tends to wear your tires a little more than asphalt, so we'll see how tire wear comes into play. I'm hearing it's right around 30 laps on a fuel run, so that should split us into 3 stints, 2 stops. Hopefully it'll be like last week, like Dover, 1 caution. That would be awesome. Who else we got out here? Last year's champ, rocking the camouflage. Can't see you, Cody. Passing Allen, or right behind Allen right now. To the series sponsor, see what truck Robert's racing this week. It's got the Down and Out Paint Shop on the hood. Check them out on Facebook. The link is in the description. Get a paint for your truck, your car, your Porsche, all your iRacing needs. Just hit Robert up. Down and Out Paint Shop. This guy still needs a sponsor. Looks like he needs to find a little speed too. Jerry currently sits 23rd on the chart. again, that could be a little deceptive. He could be just working on long run speed. I personally think it'll be more about, well, I don't know what we just saw there. Kyle's flipping. But I think it'll be more about long run speed, taking care of your tires. I think that's going to be the way to go. But, man, we get a couple cautions or right there at the end. You're going to need that short run speed to that run to that checkered flag. So this will be fun to watch. Looks like we have had 33 trucks taking time. So hopefully we should have a pretty packed field here tonight. See who else we got on track. Mark, I can see his number this week. Hopefully that's the correct paint that I'm seeing. And second place in points, Gary Bowman. This guy, I mean, he was last season's regular season point champion, and then had a rough go at it once we got to the Scrambler Series. But this guy is definitely a championship contender. Same with this guy. This guy came all the way down to the last race. Oh, wait. Who's that that just went by Crank? 54. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, Crank came down to, it's Craig that I can't see his number. Anyways, Crank came down in the Scrambler Series to the last race and then, you know, had a little problem as we see guys getting takeout in the background. I hopefully that's not what we'll see tonight. But had a problem, you know, 10, 15 laps to go in that last race, or Crank could have easily been our champion, so don't count that guy out either. John out here under the lights. John, I can't even see anything on your truck. I know what it is. It's just that chrome, that sheet metal. Oh, we can kind of see a number. Chris Letts. Oh, Leroy's out here. Titan Buildings. Oh, looks like our points leader's out on track. I expect to see this guy up front like we do every week. He's currently 7th on the chart. And there's not a lot of time. I mean, you're talking a tenth of a second separates 1st to 8th. You know, 1st to 9th, 10th. It's just not a big amount of time. As long as you can take care of your tires and you're in that 10th, 11th, 12th spot, they're on speed shoot all the way down to, I mean, man, all the way through the field. It's just not a big, huge gap in speed. So take care of your tires is going to be key tonight. Take care of your tires. Be fast. Late in the run. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Minute 39 left. Who else are we looking at? Andy Cork. He's been quiet and solid all season. That's why he's up there in that top 10 in points. Looking to put himself into that Scrambler Series and maybe get a championship. Another guy in that Mr. Bubble truck. Quiet and solid. See where Dave comes out tonight. Andrew Caldwell coming out tonight. There we go. Get a different camera so we can see these trucks. Well, Mr. Delgado, we don't see him run a lot of truck races. Looks like he's touched the wall a little, but we'll see what he can do tonight. It's another guy that is usually really fast, Doug Wasaki, so we'll see if Doug can't. That's a pretty good looking truck, really, but if Doug can't push his way to the front tonight, see what he can do in qualifying. 40 seconds left in practice here, and then we're going to go to qualifying. Get this thing started. If you guys are out there watching, give a like, subscribe, so you know when we go live. Of course, Wednesday and Thursday, we have the better broadcaster, Chris Wold. Is Chris still out on track? No, he's not on track. Chris Wold in, but we decided this season we were going to let him out of the broadcast booth one night a week. He gets a little crazy like the animals at the zoo. Don't feed the animals. Well, we decided to feed Chris some seat time. Let's see what he can do. But Wednesday and Thursday you have him. So make sure you like and subscribe so you can get the better broadcast on Wednesday and Thursday night. come hang out with me on Tuesdays and see who can run to this championship. Looks like we're going to qualifying. Nice. Let's see, who's out on track first? Nobody yet. Everybody's waiting for somebody else. Oh, there's a few. There's a few. Oh, there's one leading out. We'll hang out with this guy, front row Kyle Nadeau. Knows how to put it on the front row. Let's ride along with Kyle and see what it's like to take a lap around here, around Nashville Superspeedway. Now, this is not the preferred line, guys. Kyle's trying to build up some momentum for that first hot lap. Expect to see him drop to the bottom here. Well, corners are really, there's a lot of banking. It looks like there's a lot of banking, but really these corners are kind of flat. You really want to ride that yellow line. That helps save your tires. That is the fast way around here. On the brake. Here I'm working the throttle to get back in. Don't want to get that back end loose, especially on cold tires, and then cut down to that apron. See where that puts him on the chart. And as suspected, we put Kyle right on the front row. Let this guy ride along. Well, we'll just watch him. Scott. Interested to see where he can put this. He's on his first green lap here. Coming across. Jumps Scott up to third. That was his first lap with a 9.4. John Ross, he was in second for a split second. Then John Ross completed his second lap and jumped up there. Kyle's done off the track. This guy, Jerry, wasn't showing a lot of speed in practice, but he's currently sitting 10th. I like watching this board just jump around as these guys go. Here comes Scott back across the line. Looks like he's going to stay in third. Unless somebody can bump him out of third, but didn't improve it himself. Currently had 26 drivers of our 32 drivers take a time, so. About 2 minutes left in qualifying for the rest of these guys. Who's still out on track? Judd, are you out there? Looks like Judd's on his second lap, currently setting 12th. Crank Bell just finished. Put it up in the 6th place spot. See what Judd can do coming across the line here. Puts it up to 5th. Judd's showing a lot of speed. Jason Higginbotham coming around for his second lap. In 3 and 4. Jason bumps it up to 11th. Mark coming out on track. He's got about a minute left. He should be able to get his laps in here. At least one of them. Let's see. He's going to be cutting it really, really close. He's got a minute left, and he's coming across the start-finish there. So it's going to be really close to whether or not he gets both of them. So better make the first one count. Mark and Paul are the only two, and they're about the same place on the track, so they're the only two out on the track. We'll ride around with Mark still. Mark's going to put it up in 19th. Paul jumped up to 27th. We'll hang out with Paul. He's a little bit behind Mark, well, in speed and on the track. I don't think these guys are going to be able to get all the way in there. Got 13 seconds left. 9 seconds as he goes into turn 3. It's like a race in itself. Can he make it across the start finish? 3, 2. Oh, he might be able to do it. Man, I don't think he gave it to him. Oh, no. All right, well, let's see what we got here. Front row, Kyle Nadeau up on the front row. John Ross out there on his outside. Scott Clemens Baker, our points leader, starting in third. Ed Jurgen in fourth. Judd Danielson starting in fifth. Andrew Caldwell in sixth. William Kern in seventh. Crank Bell in eighth. Chris Wold in ninth. And Eric Anderson rounding out your top 10. It's a pretty good starting spot for Eric. Eric's been strong. Jason Higginbotham in 11th. Cody Meadows in 12th. Oh, I'm going to hit the right stuff here, guys. Leroy Koblenz in 13th, Chris Harefield in 14th, Garrett Johnson 15th, Jerry Isaacs in 16th, Christian Delgado starting in 17th. In the 18th spot, Gary Bowman starting in 19th, Mark Morton starting in 20th, Alan Ayers. 21st, Chris Letts, 22nd, John Fletcher, 23rd, Dalton Carter, 24th, Dave Gainforth, 25th, Larry Brunner, 26th, Stephen Music, Paul Turner in 27th, Andy Cork in 28th, Robert McMillan starting in 29th, Kenan Cook in 30th, Craig Schroeder in 31st, Doug Wysocki in 32nd, and Matt Kopp rounding out the fields. Let's take a peek at these guys. Are these guys on track yet? Oh, I gotta hit the right camera. Oh, there they are. They're out there. Just getting ready to get rolling. See whether Kyle decides inside or outside. I got to think he's got to take inside. That inside's the preferred line. Playing with these cameras. Sorry. There we see a whole bunch of trucks coming at us. 33. We got 33 people starting the race tonight. Really interested to see, one, can we keep the trend of last week, have a minimal amount of cautions? This racetrack is a good place for that. It's not a lot of losing control of the truck. You can race pretty close to people here as long as you're respectful about it and it's okay. Two, I'm interested to see how these tires work. If you take care of your tires and see what it does for you. But we'll go up here to Barney. It's going to start them off. Kyle on the inside row. There they are. They're firing away. 33 trucks. Too wide. I don't expect to see too much 3 wide tonight. It's really a 1-lane racetrack. But bunched up like this, I mean, you got to get spots when you can. Kyle's leading it out. No surprise there. No surprise that the guy in second place, Scott Clemens Baker, is pulled out to second. Judd Danielson is in third, up 2 spots, so he got a really good start. See John Ross, who started in second on the outside row there. He's back to fourth. Good clean start. You see that front group's kind of getting, well, as I was just about to say, they were getting a single file. John Ross here is wanting his spots back, so he dove to the inside of Judd trying to get there. You go too wide here, you can run too wide for a while, but that's going to allow the guys that are single file to pull away from you if you do it for too long. So, and that guy on the top lane, as we see Crank back here on the top lane outside William Kern, that guy on the top lane usually is going to wear his tires more. So look at that big group of trucks back there. That's just the hornet's nest to be back in here. You got to be careful. 90 laps. It's time to be patient. Kyle's not really running away from Scott. It looks like that front 6 have kind of broke away. All the way back to Andrew Caldwell. It's just stay single file, and they'll get away from that backpack if that backpack keeps fighting each other. Especially the more these tires wear. That bottom line is definitely the line to go. Oh, we see some stuff going on back here. These guys save it. Looks like they did. Somebody was in the wall. Who is that? Chris Letts out here. Looks like he may have gotten the wall and just kind of kept it up there to let everybody get by him. Class move right there. Back up front, Kyle's starting to pull away from Scott just a tad. Andrew Caldwell taking the apron to get by Ed Jurgen. Ed's going to just let him have that spot. You see William Kern catching up with this group. Nobody's really running away from anybody. This is pretty tight racing still. All the way back through the field. There's Cody Meadows trying to get by Eric. Shoot, that was close. Cody trying to get by Eric, work his way up to the front. And it's, I'll pull up this track map. Well, maybe I'll pull up the track map, but it doesn't want to come up. There we go. But you can see all those trucks are just in one spot. You know, nobody's pulled out. We're 8 laps in. If you were here with us last week at Dover, there were just trucks all over the place. I mean, it's, you know, it seemed almost instantly after we got through that early caution that we just had, the leader was in lap traffic all night, and tonight it's just one big snake. I'm going to try that one. Just give us an idea. I'm going to jump back here a little bit. We don't see too much of this too wide. Everybody's pretty much lined out. I know it looks like we're jumping around. I'm going back through the field. Back at Leroy at 19th. I mean, you don't see too much too wide back here, so everybody's pretty much single file, which is going to allow this effect of everybody kind of staying together. I mean, the fast guys are still going to pull away, and especially once these tires start to wear. I was talking about it, you know, pre-race. It's going to be a big deal. If you can take care of your tires and still be fast, you know, you'll be able to stretch it out. Again, 30 laps on a fuel run, 10 laps in. You know, we're just going to start seeing the effects of the tire wear. 10 to 15 laps, you'll start seeing it more and more. You know, you get later into that 20, 25 laps, then it should really, really become apparent. Right now, you see like Ed's up here running a little bit higher line. That may wear that front right just a little, so we'll have to keep an eye on Ed and see if he can hold that 5th spot. These guys stay like this. I mean, green flag pit stops will come into play as well. All right. Tell you what, let's run through the top 10 while we've got it here. Front row, Kyle Nadeau. Out front, like we've seen quite a bit. The guy right behind him, Scott Clemens Baker, doing what he can to hang on to that points lead. It is pretty tight up there above, or in front of Gary, but he's up front like we see every week. Still got a ways to go, but Scott's telling these guys, hey, look, I'm the guy to beat. Third, we've got Judd, one of the Bruzy guys. Up here in third, that's a good looking truck. I just am partial to orange and black. Fourth place, Andrew Caldwell, up 2 spots. Andrew's viewers, we usually refer to him as our short track ace, but I've raced with this guy enough. He's fast everywhere. Fifth, another guy that just needs some luck. Ed Jurgen. He's fast a lot. Gets caught up and wrecks a lot. Running in 6th place, John Ross started up there on the outside pole, so he's dropped 4 spots. Again, long way to go. This could be a part of that, you know, knowing when to take care of your tires. Back in 7th, Jason Higginbotham. Jason's pretty fast quite often. Good looking truck. Got a pretty good battle going back here for 8th. Crank Bell currently holds it. Cody Meadows is trying to get there. And he's currently side by side with William Kern. I think Williams is looking for a spot to get down. Got shuffled up out of that bottom line. There he goes. He'll get back in line. Be able to go back at it. That is your top 10. Back up front. Kyle's pulled just out a tad. We saw that a little earlier. Kyle, broke away a little bit from Scott, but not too much. 15 laps in. Tires are starting to wear. It doesn't really get loose when your tires wear, I don't think. I don't remember. Pretty sure it gets tight, meaning that you turn your wheel to the left and the truck just goes straight. It turns less than you want it to. Scott had a really good entry there. Pulled right back up to Kyle. He could have a battle for the lead here real soon. See Crank jumping out of line back there. Looks like Crank he's trying to get by John Ross for 7th spot. Cody Meadows there, I'd say waiting patiently, but for any of you that know Cody, excuse me, can't talk. Cody's anything but patient. He'll try to get a 2-for-1 here. You see him send it in there under John. John's going to try to squeeze in. That was nice of William to give him that space. That could have been a mess. Everybody just fighting for position here. Back up front. Looks like Kyle pulled back away from Scott. So these guys are just kind of keeping it status quo. You see the top 4 have kind of stretched out. 5, 6. You got to get back here. Ed and Jason are having a battle, but then that battle we were just watching with Crank and Cody, it's starting to stretch out a little bit. A little bit. Not a lot. A little bit. Let's see. Pull that. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Pull that back up. You can see it's still... it's still just a solid line of trucks. We see a gap there in front of the 74. So you can see they're starting to get broke up a little bit back here. This is, these guys are in 21st. Could have been, a little contact or something just to break the pack up, kill some momentum. But for the most part, this pack is just one big old line. Kyle's got, a half-second lead over Scott. It's not much here. His tires are starting to wear quite a bit. These guys have fallen off, almost a second a lap already in 20 laps. Again, it's 90 laps, so we're going to want to pit. I would try to push it to lap 32 if you can on this run-ish. But, if you pit 1 lap earlier than the guys in front of you, you're going to get a jump, so that'll be interesting to see. You're going to get the benefit of those fresh tires. You're going to be that second a lap faster for at least a lap. That's a significant space on the racetrack. But you got to make sure you can make it to the end. So it's a delicate balance. I'm not exactly sure of the fuel run. I want to say they said 30 to 33, so we shall see. Back in here. It's like Crank has got around Ed. Ed's right on his butt. So Crank's moving up quite a bit. The guy in front of him up 6 spots, Jason Higginbotham. Currently sitting in 5th. See Cody looking under Ed back here. So he's pushing up a little bit. Careful, guys. Careful. Check back in here with Mark. Now, if you were watching last week, we got to Mark's camera, and he was wrecking. So we get to see him driving this time. I don't know if he was picking his nose when we pulled it up or not. Hopefully not. having a pretty decent run. Currently in 17th place. Long way to go. Got to get through the pit stops. At least we get to put Mark on TV without him being on his roof. Get him out of here. Who else do we have? We can check in on the cameras. Let's see. Oh, right behind him. Alan's not going to give us much of a look. This guy, he's got that thing on his face. Alan is racing in VR. No Christmas tree. No Christmas tree lights. See, he's got his team t-shirt on there. That's pretty cool, Alan. Alan's shirt looks good. Trying to get around Mark. Guy's battling back here. Mark currently holds the 17th spot. Alan is in 18th, wanting to get to him. And where is the other one setting in? 14th. Kick Alan out of here. And our last in-car driver, we see him there on the outside in that 32 truck. Take a look in at Chris. If I can get my mouse to work. There it is. Having a lot of conversation. I think Jerry and him are in the same room, so they could be talking about when they want to come down, when you want to pit. Maybe he's listening to the broadcast and yelling about me, how terrible I'm doing. You can see his steering wheel moved a little bit there. It's bumpy in the middle of 3 and 4, it looks like. Kick Chris out of here. Get back up to the front. Kyle has stretched it out. Kyle's over a second. We're back there playing around. And then Scott has stretched it out as well. So these two are pulling away from the field. And this is that tire management. And we're getting close. We are getting close to those pit stops. We'll see when these guys want to come in. But we're definitely getting close. I'll try to keep my eye on the track map here and see if I can't catch them coming into pit lane. I don't have anything pulled up to let me know when they're coming into pit lane. See Scott back here. I mean, Scott's not super far from Kyle, but these two have pulled away. Kyle's definitely pulled out. He's over a second now. Drive with Scott. You can see. Let's see if you guys can hear it. Turn it up a little bit. Hopefully that'll help you hear what Scott's doing with the throttle here, but he's all the way out. He's in the brake. Now here you're just kind of letting out. You're waiting to get back in the throttle, and then he's kind of easy back in it. And then able to get all the way in as he comes out of that corner. Can't just jump back in that throttle because you'll put it to the wall, but he's trying to chase down Kyle, and Kyle's kind of staying the same distance. Truck's getting a little smaller. It's not losing too much time, but I mean, Kyle is running away with it. And again, I think it's all, I mean, Scott's proven he's as fast as Kyle. It's all about that tire wear. Jason out here. I mean, Jason's got a pretty good lead over Andrew. Judd's kind of by himself. He's got Crank coming in his mirror, though. These guys, we've watched Crank and Cody, the truck you see right behind him. We've watched these guys kind of move up through the field together, so. That is our closest battle. Still watching. We're lap 31, so I expect to see pit stops very, very soon. Watching my timing and scoring. Looks like we've got some going in. Jerry Isaacs is in the pits. Again, I think this is Jerry knowing he can make it from there. Oh, looks like the leader's coming in. Scott's coming in with him. He's not going to let Kyle get away too far. Careful there, Scott. Got a lot of trucks starting to come in. See him sliding. Saw, who was that back there? Dalton Carter sliding a little sideways in that 3 truck. These guys got to be careful. People exiting pits, coming in pits. Doing a great job. Everybody's doing a great job to work their way around everybody. Got to be very, very aware. Oh, and we've got a caution. Oh, no. With our leaders on pit lane. We'll see what that does. Holy cow. That mixes it up. That mixes it up. This could get interesting. Not what these guys wanted to see. Let me see if I can find it here. Trying to find it. Trying to find it. Don't know. I'm going to go back to this one. This may be where it started. We'll have to see. Let's see what we see. So we already see William spinning. See if there's maybe back here. Already spinning. Oh, looks. Who was that? How about back here? See if this gives it to us. And this is where it gets dangerous. Everybody trying to come to pit lane. Oh, Cody got into crank. Oh, William, bad luck. Holy cow. That was just straight. Nothing he could do there. Nothing he could do. And so you see what are currently our leaders on pit lane. Wonder if they're going to come out. See where Kyle and Scott and what's going on here. What camera is that? Yeah, these guys should get the wave around. So everybody that was on pit lane, I think, are going to get the wave around. We'll see. Looks like maybe Jason was the first one of that group that hadn't pit yet. So you see Robert, who is in 31st, is right in front of Jason right there. Let me see. So the only person of that group that are in front of the leaders that I see that maybe hasn't pit is Steven Music. It's showing him 14 laps on his pit run, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Seems a little odd. We see Crank going back on pit lane, so probably trying to get some of that damage fixed. William Kern is in the pits trying to get some of that damage fixed. But yeah, Scott coming. Oh no, don't come down pit lane. You won't get the wave around. No, don't do that. I don't think he'll get the wave around, guys. I think he should have stayed out. So I'm waiting. When this goes 1 to go, we should see Kyle pass the pace car here, but that's going to put Kyle back 15th, 16th place. Yeah, we've got him in 16th place on the chart, so he's going to go all the way around and be in 16th place. Scott, if he stays on the lead lap, I'm trying to see, you know, when it's during these caution flags and people are pitting and stuff, and this kind of stuff is going on where some people might be trapped a lap down. It messes up, but it looks to me like Scott has put himself a lap down by going into the pits that time. Looks like Scott Clemens Baker may have made a mistake. I said that in quotes. I know you can't see me, but I think he made a poor choice there and went down pit lane and is a lap down. Himself, Eric Anderson, we saw him dive into the pits right behind Scott. I think both those guys are a lap down. Looks like I've got William Kern a lap down as well. I'm just gonna have to see how this shakes out. We're 1 to go here. So yeah, we should see just a big group of trucks just passing the pace car. Wish I could put it just on the pace car. I think this guy's going to end up our leader. Everybody in front of him should be going past the pace truck and trying to get around as quickly as possible. Maybe I'm trying to see. I don't know. Don't know what's going on. Yeah. Go by the truck. Go by the truck, everybody. Well, maybe Chris is going to end up the leader. Again, sorry guys. It gets all funky when this stuff happens, so let it sort out here. See Kyle, yeah, you see that all these guys up to speed. They're just trying to catch the pack. These guys are catching up. Yeah, you can see them there in the background. They're coming. They see them. They're going into 3 and 4, so this could get interesting. These guys got to catch up, slow down, kind of get in line, get settled before this green flag starts. So, but man, that really helps out Judd and Chris up here. You know, the guys that were up front and fast, They're back in the field now. So this is a whole new game, a whole new race. And we're off. Like Chris got a really, really good start on that top line. Oh, I'm seeing red. I'm seeing another caution. All right, these guys are going to get it checked up here. Load up. Get around to the pace car. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened here. I'm showing Allen. Yeah, it looks like there was checkups in front of them and just accordion effect. Bing, 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 bing. Leroy come in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, bang. Gosh dang. Yeah, I kind of want to that a little bit. All right. Let's see if we can get the guys in. Oh, no, that was behind. I'm trying to catch the group in front and see where this checkup comes from. So you see the 46 checks up. And it just, you guys see how that works? So it started up there kind of 46 in that range, and it just got worse and worse as we get to the back. And so some of those guys that got trapped for going on pit lane, and man, John Ross was running what, top 5, top 6, somewhere in there, top 10. See him get a lot of damage. He's in the pits. Oh, it's smoking. So he's got quite a bit of damage. Check Scott's truck, looks pretty clean. How about Kyle? Where's Kyle? Kyle's in the pits. Don't know if he got any damage from that. Let's try a different camera view. Truck looks up. His back spoiler looks a little wonky. Yeah, he got hit in the butt. So he's probably coming in trying to get some of that damage fixed. That will affect the truck and the way it drives here. Cautions breed cautions, guys. You know, and this is it's gonna mess with the pit strategy a little bit because these guys aren't burning the full amount of fuel. You know, hopefully this will be a little better of a start. We won't have a bunch of wave rounds. All those guys were in one line, so that's kind of what caused it. You know, them trying to catch up, the pack starting to go, them going and slowing down. You know, in the middle of catching up, and then that accordion effect of the big checkup was, you know, 8 cars in front of them, and then the accident happens because this guy stopped or checked up, and this guy didn't check up as fast, and the guy behind him didn't check up as fast, and then it just happens. It's not fun. All right, well, while we're under caution, let me see if I can pull it up. Try to run through it real quick. We've got Chris Harefield up front, up 13 spots. Judd in second, started up there. He's up 3 spots. Ed Jurgen, also one that's been running up front. He's in third. Gary Bowman, look at that guy, up 14 spots. Chris Wold in fifth. He's up 4 spots. Mark Morton, I don't know what you're doing down there, Mark. Racetrack's up there. Showing Mark in 6th. It's getting all messed up. They're getting side by side. Mark is in 6th. He's up 13 spots. John Fletcher, he's up 15 spots in 7th. Cody Meadows, he is showing in 8th. That guy's got no number. His name's Craig No Number. He's up 22 spots in 9th. And Mr. Andy Cork, again, quiet, sneaky. He's up 18 spots in 10th. Should be going 1 to go this time by. I think it should be all getting, let's see, come on. Turn them lights off. Yep, lights are off. 1 to green, so they should be getting side by side here. Had a really, really good run to start this. And then as we saw, just some stuff happened as people were trying to work their way into the pits. This caution did help one guy, though. The guy that went a lap down for pitting when he was supposed to get the wave around. Now he's back in 24th. I believe he got the lucky dog. I'm pretty dang sure. So that does put Scott, our points leader, back on the lead lap. See if he or Kyle can work their way back up to the front. Those guys were the class of the field, but that's a lot of trucks to get through. You got to be careful. We got to have green flag runs to do it. Bottom lane looks pretty tight. Top lane starting to tighten it up. Pace truck is away. Again, Chris gets a really good start. He does control the restart. Judd's going to want to get down. Yeah, they're going to want to get single file back here as quick as possible. That is the best way to go, is to get single file, run that bottom line, put those left tires on the yellow. See back here, Mark and Chris trying to figure it out. Just going to send it in there. Gary's going to run real high. Again, this mixes it up. You know, you got guys that have been fast, guys that weren't showing a whole bunch of speed. You know, just guys that maybe needed some clean air to get up there and show their speed. We've got to get it sorted out. That's a heck of a battle back here. They're going to fall in line. Chris is stretching it out, him and Judd. They're trying to run away as fast as they can. This guy Scott trying to work his way through the field. He's up 2 spots already. See right there in front of him, taking that bottom line is Kyle. Those guys are trying to get back to the front. So Kyle's in 17th. Scott Scurry currently sitting in 20th. So they've got a long, long way to go. Got to be really careful trying to get through all these trucks. Everybody else is fighting for position as well. Jason Higginbotham was running up there up front. He's trying to get back up there. You see Crank right behind him, trying to get back up to the front. These guys up front aren't trying to let them. They're trying to run away from them. They have their opportunity now. Track position means quite a bit here. Looks like Chris Wold has worked his way up into 3rd. Ed's under fire for 4th. Mark Morton's trying to push his way by. Looks like Mark's maybe going to clear, maybe not. Oh, almost. There it is. Mark's got it. So Mark's by into 4th. Ed back to 5th. No number Craig out here on the outside. See John going under in that 61. Craig's going to do the little crossover. Good battles going on back here. And these guys are fighting for 8th, 9th, 10th. So good battles. Oh, somebody in the wall a little. Again, I'll keep peeking back in. Guys, I show him on the timing board, nose to tail. Kyle's a little ahead of him. Kyle's got a whole bunch of trucks in front of him, trying to get back to the front. Show you what he's looking. Look at that. Look at all those trucks, man. And at this point, you're going, I've been faster than all these guys. I know I got the speed to get by, but I have to do it carefully. And where do I go? Which spot do I pick? Which lane do I take? Which one's the fast way through? You just have to be patient. You see all these guys battling. Oh, he's getting right up on Paul. He's knocking on the door. Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. But yeah, you see all these trucks just battling for position, and you've got to be careful trying to pick your way through. And it's not as easy. I mean, he's got air coming off the nose of his truck, which gives him less grip. Doesn't allow you to turn as well. You know, that clean air out front is key. Helps you. I mean, that's the fastest way around, is to be clean. Oh, we saw Crank kind of sideways up there. We can jump on. This is on board with Crank. Right behind no number Craig. That's what we're going to call him from now on. No number Craig. Looks like Christian Delgado's in the chat. His Had some technical difficulties. Mr. Music says my truck crashed. Yeah. And look at that. It's a pack of them. Back out front. Chris is content. He's got about a half-second lead over Judd. Wanting to keep it that way. Sorry, 0.3. 3/10. See, Chris is running just a tad higher than Judd. Again, like I talked about before, I'm interested to see what that does for tire wear. Even a half lane up in the corner, you know, versus being snug right to that yellow line. I gotta think that's gonna wear that right front just a tad more. See if we can. There's nobody really in front. See if it'll work this time. Hey, we got the battle box to work correctly. It's just luck. You guys watch every week. It's always the last place truck shows up. But I don't think they're close enough to pull up this time, so we actually get the top 3. Looks like Chris is catching that front too. I don't know if that's the case, if it's just leveled out, but it looks like Chris may be getting up there to them. Oh, and then Doug hops up on the battle box. Come on, Doug. It's not Doug's fault, guys. It's mine. I don't know how to make it just the top 3. So we'll get that battle box out of here. Those guys have a fairly decent lead over Mark. Mark's kind of in a, I don't want to say no man's land. Mark's in a good little spot there, a little pocket. So he's got Ed behind him. Cody Meadows kind of stuck behind to Ed. The top 2, though, they're pretty close. Judd's putting the pressure on Chris. You know, again, I think it may come down to tire wear here. Now, we've had 2 cautions, but these guys are 21 laps on this fuel run. So let's say we've had 2 cautions. Let's cut 5 laps out of that. So let's say they're halfway through their fuel run right now. So if they can run another 15 laps, it's going to put us at lap 70. And do you split that to get the benefit of new tires early? That caution messed the whole deal up. So now you've got to make strategy calls instead of just the pitting lap 32, lap 60, you know, and you're good to go to the end. So it'll be interesting to see who does what, how that pays off. Check back in here. Kyle and Scott working their way through this traffic slowly, methodically. They're right in the middle of it. Saw earlier, Kyle's trying to force the issue here on Matt. So earlier, Kyle was back there behind Paul. Paul's currently in 18th, so they've worked up a little bit, but I mean, got a long way to go to try to get back up front. We know these guys are fast, but it's not that easy to pass here. I will be surprised if we see those 2 gentlemen back up front by the time this race is over. Currently setting 15th and 16th, and don't go 3 wide. Don't do it. They heard me. Decided not to. Tucked in behind Matt. That's where it gets frustrating because you know you're fast. You just want to get through these guys. But, man, you can't put everybody at risk. It does no good to wreck your truck. Back up front, looks like Chris Wold got around Judd. We have a battle for second here, and Chris is going to clear. Chris Wold into second. I want to check these lap times now. This lap won't really tell us because they were passing, they were side by side, which has allowed Chris Harefield to pull out front, pull away from these 2, but this next lap will be able to tell us. We can check the top 2's lap time and see. They're both, see it with Chris Wold there as well. It's kind of running a half lane up. Always like having my left sides right on that yellow paint. see John Ross in the chat too. No, John, you cannot catch a break in the trucks, sir. I don't think you are allowed to catch a break in the trucks, my friend. And I feel you, because that was me last season in Cup, and then I did it to myself this season in Cup. But last season in Cup, I just have a fast car and just got caught up in everybody's stuff, so it happens. It be like that sometimes. It be like that. All right, these guys are going through 3 and 4. We'll be able to compare the lap times this time, so. Got a 4.8 and a 3.8, as I suspected. So Chris Wold is about a 10th faster that lap than Chris Harefield. So Chris Wold is hunting that lead. Again, these guys got to make one more pit stop. Cautions could change everything. Looking back, Kyle and Scott are, they're kind of stuck. They're fighting for 13th right now. Let's get back to those guys. They're still trying to get through this pack. You see, they've got Kyle just now got around Matt Kopp. He was behind him earlier, so they're not getting through these trucks super fast. Trying to salvage whatever they can. If you joined us late, those two guys were out front. I mean, these two guys had pulled away from the pack, and then during pit stops, there was a caution. These guys had to take the wave around, has put them back at the back of the pack, and they are trying to work their way back to the front. They need another caution. I don't want another caution. We don't want another caution. These guys need another caution, and I still don't know that that would be enough. Kyle's currently setting 13th, Scott's setting 15th. It's still a lot of trucks to get by to get back to the front. I think these guys up here might have something to say about it as well. I mean, these trucks aren't going to be that easy to pass. They're not out front for no reason. It's not a gift. They're fast. Chris and Chris out here running almost identical lap times now, so these guys are pulling away from the field. See our little track map there. You see that 18 is just a tad away from the field. They're not bunched on each other, so benefit of clean air. No traffic. You can just run your line. And these guys do not want to see a caution. They want one more green flag, stop, run it to the end, be done. Turn it off. Shut the truck down, go home. Don't want to see a caution. This guy Mark out here having a good run. I'm going to put him back on 2B. If I can, I lost my mouse. Okay, let's see. There he is. Is he looking up? He's got his monitor on the ceiling. Maybe he's just really short. Mark, are you like 4'6"? Some of these guys listen to the broadcast, so. Okay, I'm gonna kick him out of here. If you're watching, Ed got by Mark for the 4th place spot, so quit putting him on TV, makes him go backwards. This front two have kind of pulled away from the field. I'll switch this. Oh, we see pit stops. Chris Wold is going to come in, try to get that jump. See a lot of trucks come with him. A lot of trucks. Look at all those trucks. That's quite a few trucks. 6, 7, 8 trucks were coming at the same time. So these guys, I mean, they don't want to see what happened last. They don't want to see a caution. We're 24 to go. I think they probably could have kept going on this fuel run. I don't think it was on fuel. They were just trying to split this run. Chris Wold is in and out pretty quick. See, Ed's going to have a pretty good battle with Cody out. 3 wide right there for the race out. Let's get the crank. Where are these guys on my timing chart? Eric Anderson coming in the pits. These guys are coming out. So got Mark out here getting a bonus point. Gonna lead a lap. Got our leaders Chris Airfield's coming out of the pits now. See where Chris Wold is. This was the battle. Get us a better camera. We should see Chris there in the bottom of your screen. That truck in the bottom of your screen was the leader. So just that one lap. There's Chris coming out of the pits at the right-hand side of your screen, the black and red truck. So Chris Wold was able to jump him by that much just by pitting one lap sooner. One lap, fresher tires, maybe better in and out. But when this cycles out, that should put Chris Wold out here to the lead, I believe. Looks like we've got two guys still maybe haven't pit, these two guys, and then I don't know. I'm trying to look over here. Jerry has been in. That can't be right. Sorry guys, I'm trying to read my timing and scoring, but it's showing me that Kyle is pit, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Unless he might have just taken rights. Might have been a two-tire stop from Kyle Nadeau to get himself back up into this track position. And if that's the case, Chris wants to get away from him as fast as possible. I believe this is going to be the battle for the lead once this cycles out. Once Mark and Craig pit. Looks like Craig's in the pits now. It looks like they're both going into the pits. So Mark's coming out. Craig is coming out. So yeah, it's going to cycle our battle for the lead back here. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but 2 tires, 4 tires. Give me the 4 tires, please. I want 4. Long run. I mean, we still got 20 laps to go. Kyle may have good short run speed here on these 2 tires, but I gotta think that 4 tire call is going to prevail. But man, what a call for Kyle to take 2 tires. What a risky call. You know, to take those 2 tires to get that track position back and be up here fighting for the lead again after being, you know, a wave around car, after being, what was he, 24th or something when we actually ended up going yellow there, or going green. And back to the lead. Kyle Nadeau, 2 tires. Taking it back up to the front. You see the guy, Chris Airfield, that was leading, coming up to catch this pack. He said, hey guys, don't forget about me. Now I believe Jerry's on 2 tires as well. Yeah, I'm only showing his pit stop as 8 seconds, so Jerry was on 2 tire strategy as well, trying to get some of that track position, but Jerry's going to get passed for 3rd, so Chris is going to make his way up to 3rd. This guy's still fighting it out. Okay, I'm going to try to do it quickly. Oh, see some people on the wall. Front row, Kyle Nadeau, he's in 1st place. Chris Wold right on his butt in 2nd place. 2 tires versus 4 tires. Chris Harefield, the guy that was leading, looks like he's catching him pretty quick. He is in 3rd place. Jason Higginbotham got by Jerry 4th. See Jerry Isaacs in 5th. A little damage on the truck right there. May have stuck it in the wall a little bit. Ed Jurgen running 6th. Cody Meadows back here in 7th. Frank Bell in 8th. Scott Clemens Baker. Did Scott do it? No, Scott took 4th. So Scott had a really, really good pit stop to get himself up to 9th. And Gary Bowman in 10th. Get back up here to this front battle. See if I can get a better view. Get all 3 of these trucks. See, this is the battle currently. Kyle's kind of pulling away from these 2. Chris and Chris. You guys watch on Thursday nights, we get the Cody and Cody show. John, I see you in the chat. How's 2 tires? Do you want 2 tires or 4 here? I think I gotta be the guy on 4 tires. I want to be one of the Chris's back here for this long run. I mean, that's, you know, 20, almost 30 laps on this run. And as I think we're seeing it coming into effect here as Chris Wold is catching Kyle pretty quickly. Kyle does have damage on the back of his truck. That was from earlier from that restart. But I think these 4 tires are going to start to show themselves pretty quick. Chris is going to want to complete this pass and put that car or that truck between himself and the other Chris as quickly as possible. Try to run away as fast as possible. Yeah, John in the chat saying 2 will work for a few laps. So, I mean, if it was a 8-10 lap run, maybe take the 2 to get the track position. You might be able to hold them off. Man, this long run, that 4 tires has gotta be what you need. Out back here. Looks like Chris is gonna get by Kyle. Kyle just can't hold on with those 2 tires. It's going to give him everything he's got, though. Just kind of, look, he's back there on his quarter just saying, hey, I'm still here. Chris is going to clear this time, though. Chris Wold to the front. Chris Harefield said, hey, bud, I'm coming. These guys were about as fast as each other last time, so it'll be interesting to see if they can catch each other. Oh, let me get that thing off here. Get that out of here. Chris looks really serious, guys. He knows he's in the battle for a win. Look at him. Look at his face. He's concentrating. Talking with his team. Oh, he's driving one-handed from the lead. Chris Harefield is on his butt. He's also running that high line. We've noticed that. Chris kind of enters that high line. Chris Harefield kind of runs a half a lane up. Dang, I keep losing my mouse, guys. There it is. Get Chris's face out of here. We see Ed coming into play there. He's catching Kyle for third, so Ed's trying to get up to a podium spot as they go around Leroy a lap truck. Ed's got a good run off the corner here. It's going to get Kyle going into 3 and 4. Kyle sends it in, but I don't think he can hold the line. I think Ed will probably get him coming out of the corner here. As he does. So Ed Jurgen up to third place. 10 to go. It's the Chris and Chris show. See, both these guys are just, I mean, they're just a tad up. Harefield enters a little higher than Wold does. This is the battle for the win. If we stay green here, these two guys are going to fight it out. This should be pretty good. Yeah, Joey, if he didn't have the in-car camera, I wouldn't believe it either. Maybe him and Jerry switched. I don't know. And Chris has still got the in-car. We can't actually see what Chris Wold is seeing, so still could be fake. Ed back there trying to get up in this battle. See if we can get the battle box to work. No, it's got Dalton on it. Get that out of here. That drives me crazy. And Chris is on Chris's butt. He's there. If I were him, I'd be taking a little easy on my tires. 8 to go. Kind of let them cool off a little. Don't stick your nose under yet. Wait till it's about 4 to go, and then push. He's not going to wait. He's looking here. We are under 10 to go. Blocking is allowed. Can Wold hold him off, squeeze him down to the bottom. Good side by side coming out of the corner here. Like we had Chris Wold led that lap. It's hard to hold that top line for too long. That guy on the bottom it's a shorter array around the track. He's just got the advantage. Showing Chris Harefield has taken the lead. These guys stay side by side too long. Ed's going to catch them. So Chris has passed Chris completely. Do a crossover. 6 to go. Oh, and Chris disappeared. Is he back? Is he gone? Is he back? He's back. Woo. See that gap there. 5 to go, coming to 4 to go this time by. Tell you, Kyle's dropped back to 6. Scott Clemens Baker is in 10th. Kyle's in 6th and Jerry's in 7th. Those are your 2 tire guys. Right now, here is the battle. Chris and Chris up here fighting for this win. It looks like Hairfield's got the advantage. He's pulling away from Chris Wold. Maybe he is. Chris Wold is letting those tires cool off. Maybe he burned them up trying to stay out front. Can he make one more push at it? I'd just dive it in there. Move him up. Just go in there and give him a little tap. Just tap it in. And Chris sent it that time. You can tell the way that arced. He wants to get back to the front. 3 to go this time by. I don't think Ed's catching these guys. I think it's just I'd say horse race, but there's a horse on Chris's truck, and Chris Hairfield's had the Toyota Ford. That's a Toyota, but I think it would be funny if it was a Ford with Toyota Care, but he's pulling away. There's definitely a gap growing. 2 to go. At this point, with that much of a gap, you just settle in. Don't make mistakes. Ed, don't make mistakes. Hold on to your podium spot. I know Chris Wold wants to get up there and fight for that win, but man, take that podium, get those points, get out of here. Final lap. Chris Hairfield's coming through. He's got 2 more turns here, 3 and 4. Coming across the start finish, so it will be Chris right now, led by Chris. Yeah, Chris and Chris. Ed's going to bring it home third. All right, hang on, guys. We'll go see if we can't find these guys. Pull them up here and chat with them. Let's see. I got to find them. The other Chris is always so much better at finding everybody. There it is. Trying to find our winner. Where are you at, Chris? Oh, there he is. I found him. Oh, I need one more. Where's Ed? There's Ed. All right. Sorry, I'm slower. All right, let's pull them in. Chris, holy cow, what a battle. The Chris and Chris show up there. Man, talk us through that last 10-lap run, having to get by Chris Wold.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I didn't know if I could do it. You know, we had a little bit fresher tires than what he was on, and once I got to him, I could get a run on him, but I'd get just tight behind him, and I just had to basically set up the corner to where I could get a run. And once I got a run, it was no backing off at that point. It was loud pedal down.
Yeah, I was talking about that. It looked like you were maybe entering the corner a lane high and trying to get the run out. Is that what you were doing?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was trying to. I was going in about a half a truck to a truck higher than he was, just trying to get the straightest shot up off the corner to keep the momentum up. Because once these trucks get a little bit of tire wear on them, they start to bog down, and it takes a lot to get them up out the corner. So once we figured that out, then smooth sailing once we got back out front.
Man, that's kind of my next question. That caution that trapped the leaders, where they had to get the wave around, kind of played into your favor, and then that last green flag stop. It looked like, did you stay out one more lap than everybody else? Was that what it was? You had 1 lap fresher tires? Was it 2?
I believe it was 2 laps on those guys, and yeah, we got lucky on that green flag stop because we were headed into the pits at that time, and once I saw the accident in front of me, then I bailed on the pit stop, and it got us good track position. And once we got up there, it was pretty easy to drive. It's hard when you're back in the pack, and we kind of messed up in qualifying and didn't have a good run there, and we battled our way back through.
Hey, man, I mean, sometimes you need a tad bit of luck to give you the opportunity to be good. So you got that tonight. I don't know if you ever watched the broadcast, but I really think you should have a Toyota Care Ford pickup truck because it would be funny. I talk about it, I think, every week. But dude, I'm going to turn the field over to, or the, floor over to you. Heck of a race. Let you give your shout outs and thanks.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I thank you for doing the broadcast. I do watch it back, and I do hear you trying to put me in different makes and models. But I do, I do want to thank the Toyota because I've always run one, and they're a good one. Like to thank everybody that's watching Down and Out Paint Shop for putting us on this platform, and then got a couple people watching tonight, so I'd like to give them a shout out as well. Always appreciate their support, and maybe we'll have a drink or two afterwards.
Awesome, Chris. Well, hey, heck of a race, man. Good points night. Maybe we'll be talking to you next week.
Yep, thanks, Mike. Have a great night.
All right. See you. So we'll kick one Chris out. We'll bring the real broadcaster, the other Chris, up into the booth. Chris,
What'd
man,
you call?
the real broadcaster, the other Chris. I thought you had it there. 10 laps to go. You had that lead. I think he only had, one lap fresher tires. You guys were, that previous run, you guys were pretty much even on speeds. So, man, I thought you were going to be able to hold them off. But lucky, right? To be up
Yeah,
there
it
up
was.
front.
I was excited. I mean, it's pure luck to be up where I'm at right now because of that first caution coming out during pit stops. Because I just didn't have it in dirty air, but as soon as we started making our way towards the front, yeah, this truck figured it out, and man, just 5 laps shorter would have been great.
Yeah, agreed. Did you miss the first two races, Chris? Is that what it is?
I think I actually missed the first 3.
Three. So 3 races in, second place. 3 races
You
into
know,
your season. Oh.
no, I'm just kidding. No, this race was a workout. I think it just a lot of the drivers on that last strategy you ended up going 2 tires versus 4, and I think it was too long of a run for the 2. But we'll see what happens. I know I'm gonna. The bad part is if I somehow miraculously can get into that Scrambler series, I'm actually gonna miss the first race, so I will be the first one eliminated from the Scrambler series.
Oof. Well, being the shorter amount of playoffs, there's 2 drivers each week, so you won't be the only one eliminated in the first round. So you got that
Yep.
to look
Yep.
forward to.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it was a heck of a race. That was a lot of fun. I was kind of rooting for you, even though I'm not supposed to. Congratulations on your podium, and yeah, go ahead and do your thing.
I appreciate it. This feels different. It's been a long time since I've been in this position talking to somebody on the broadcast booth. But Mike, you've been doing a great job taking over on the Tuesday nights. I want to say you had a great teacher, maybe. But no, you're doing an awesome job out there. This group here was a fun group here tonight. Hats off to Chris, that battle we had at the end and being able to hold off Ed. And thanks to Kyle and Cody and Jerry in my ear, kind of helping guide me along and give me tips and tell me some things there to just keep my motivation going so I didn't fall apart. And thanks to Down and Out Paint Shop here for helping put on the show here every Tuesday night on the Cyber Thunder Racing League.
Yeah, agreed. They're awesome for coming on board. Hey, Chris, maybe we'll talk to you next week at Chicagoland, man.
Hopefully, I like that track. I'm good there.
I'm excited for it. I'll see you.
So,
All right, and then let's see if we can grab Ed. Ed Jurgen finally gets the finish. Finally gets a good finish.
Yeah, in the trucks, yes. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, seems like you're fast every week, but you just can't get that finish. Talk us through that last round of pit stops. Did you take 4 or did you take 2?
Yeah, I took 4. It was, I looked up and I saw, a bunch of guys taking 2, so I figured I'd take 4, and then it was plenty enough time to get laps to get back to them, and I just had to be patient, wait till they came to me.
Yeah, now you were pretty much running in the top 10 all night. Where were you when that caution came out that trapped some of the guys at the end of the field or had to get a waiver on? Where were you? Had you already pit or had you not pit yet?
No, we didn't pit. We were Gary and I lounge racing. We were on coming into turn 4, getting ready to pit, and then we saw the wreck right in front of us, so we just stayed out.
Nice. I mean, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right? I mean, but you,
Yep.
you had a fast truck all night. You were up there all night. Just maybe not top 3 with a couple other guys that got trapped back there. But man, heck of a run. I'm glad to be talking to you. I think we should have talked to you before now, but just the luck hasn't been on your side. So tonight it worked
Yep.
out for you.
It's turned around on Thursday nights a little bit. Got a couple of top 5s there.
That's because I've come back. So.
Yeah, that helps.
But hey, Ed, again, congratulations. I'm going to turn it over to you, man, and let you give your shout outs and thanks.
All right, first of all, thank Down and Out Paint Shops putting on this sponsor for us. It's a nice job by them. You for announcing, Mike, doing a great job. You're getting better each week, seems like. Um, and I think that Lounge Racing, Gary, Jared, and Mike, and wife and kids. That's about it. Though.
Yeah, don't forget the wife and kids, Ed. Can't forget the wife and kids. Hey, man, congratulations again. Maybe we'll be talking to you next week at Chicagoland.
Yeah, that should be a good one too.
All right, we're going to kick Ed out of here. Guys, that's it. My stuff ran away. Hang on, give me just a second. We'll pull up your results here. Race and see if it's going to do it. Come on. There it goes. So we talked to your top three there. The Chris and Chris show. Ed coming in third, finally getting a good run. You see Jason Higginbotham come home in fourth. Cody Meadows scoring in fifth. Kyle Nadeau worked all the way back up to sixth, so that's a heck of a recovery from being stuck with that bad luck to get all the way up there to sixth. Andrew Caldwell in seventh. Mark Morton coming out with a good finish, not on his top, but on his wheels. Comes out in eighth. Jerry Isaacs, those two tires got him a ninth place finish. Scott Clemens Baker coming out in 10th, so your points leader in 10th. The guy in second place points right there, Gary Bowman, right behind him in 11th, so we're going to have to see how those shake out. Again, I'm not as cool as Chris. I can't pull these points up, so I'll do the same junky way unless he yells at me and teaches me. We'll figure out the points, but we'll talk about that next week where that shakes out the points. But Gary in 11th, Crank in 12th, Craig in 13th, Paul Turner in 14th, Matt Kopp starting from the back. He started at the back of the pack, come out with a 15th place finish. That's a heck of a finish. 16th, Andy Cork. Judd back there in 17th. I think Judd's one of those guys that maybe got trapped by that caution flag. So Judd finishing in 17th. John Fletcher in 18th. I should have been ready to hit the button. Ta-da! 19th, Dave Gain, 4th. Larry Brunner in 20th. Robert McMillan in 21st. Kenan Koch in 22nd. Eric Anderson 23rd. Chris Letts in 24th. Doug Wasaki 25th. Alan Ayers 26th. Dalton Carter 27th. Leroy Koblenz in 28th. Stevie Music 29th. Said his truck crashed. Saw that in the chat. Where was I? Steven Garrett Johnson in 30th. John Ross. Bad luck, bad luck, bad luck. 31st, William Kern. Same thing. Bad luck, bad luck, bad luck. 32nd. Christian Delgado. His computer didn't want him to race, apparently. It's going to round out our field in 33rd. Guys, I can't show these points out. I try. See, I hit the button. Nothing comes up. Oh, that comes up with Carter Lawson's name. That doesn't even make sense. It's just not working for me. I'm going to have to do some work. I'll get those fixed. Man, heck of a race tonight here at Nashville Superspeedway, as expected. I mean, just a couple of cautions. These guys have really kind of figured it out. No more 13, 14 lap caution races. Next week we will be at Chicagoland. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Check out Down and Out Paint Shop on Facebook. And yeah, like and subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.